Well, as we've been reporting, people across the U.S. are feeling the impact of government spending cuts and layoffs. But one casualty has been food pantries and their ability to help the communities they serve. Gather Food Pantry in New Hampshire doesn't get federal funding, but it's still feeling the sting. Last year, the pantry served more than 10,000 people per month on average in southern New Hampshire and parts of Maine, which is right over the border. Now, that's an increase of 25% from 2023 and a jump of 78% from 2021. And they're concerned about their ability to keep this pace up. I want to bring in Ann Hayes. She's the executive director of Gather Food Pantry, which is in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Ann, thank you so much for joining us. First off, your pantry doesn't directly depend on federal funds, but still you're feeling an impact. Explain that.
Sure. I think part of what we're feeling is that the federal government is cutting some spending on the Emergency Food Assistance Program through the USDA. So we have an immediate impact of that. We were getting between 11 and 12,000 pounds a month. Now we're looking at, yesterday we picked up and it was 8,000 pounds. So it's a drop of about 30% in what we're getting from them. And we were told that that's what we should expect going forward in the coming months. In addition, we've seen that the federal spending cuts on the local food access programs for the food banks. That's over $1 billion nationally. That's going to hit the New Hampshire Food Bank, where we get a bunch of our food as well. So we'll see some problems there, reduced amounts of food coming into the pantry. On top of that, as we talk about potential cuts to SNAP funding and Medicaid, we believe we're going to see a significant increase in need alongside the increases that are going to come from people seeing inflation in food prices with the tariffs. So it's sort of a perfect storm of increased need and decreased in-kind food donations. So we'll be in that middle place where it's a little bit hard to make ends meet for us and for the people we serve. So,
Ann, tell us about the people that you serve. Has it been tough to keep up with the need, and do you think this is going to become an even greater need?
Absolutely. It is tough to keep up with the need. We see more and more people coming in. We're sort of bursting at the seams at this point because we see, 10,000 people a month. This is so much more than we used to see. And, our staff is working very hard to keep up with that. But we have folks coming in. We have, 100 plus new applications every month. Of people who want to register to be members of our pantry. There's no cost associated with that. It's a very low barrier model, but we want to be there for the people we serve. And so between those and the increases we're seeing out at our mobile markets, where we're bringing food to overcome transportation barriers, we serve a wide swath of communities with our mobile markets as well. And at all of these places, we're seeing significant increases. Most of what we're hearing is it's around price increases for people, whether it's food prices or housing. I spoke to a senior yesterday who said, I just can't afford my medications anymore. I never thought I'd have to use a food pantry, but I can't make ends meet. Earlier this week, I spoke with a young family that came in. Their housing costs are such that their rent has gone up and they can't afford that. So it's just a real struggle for people on a lot of levels. And we want to be there to meet the need, but without more food coming in from these federal programs, it makes it really hard.
Well, Ann, I want to talk about how we can help. What do you need in the short term and the long term?
I think it's important for us to get a little bit more creative. Hopefully, some of these things will turn around and people will realize that cutting programs that support our most vulnerable in our communities is not the answer here. We don't want to see people going hungry. We don't want to see young kids. We serve a lot of college students. We serve a lot of seniors. We don't want these people to be wondering where their next meal is going to come from. So the more that we can increase spending against programs like SNAP that are proven to be an excellent way to address food insecurity, and these other local food programs and emergency food programs, those things, it's really hard for us without that. On top of that, when the federal government steps back, we have to ask the community to step forward. So donations will be really helpful. I understand that for a lot of people, the economy feels very unstable right now. But for those that we serve, it feels incredibly, incredibly scary. we see a lot of people who are very nervous about what's going to happen and whether we're going to even be able to be there for them, which we will, but we need help to make that happen. And if we get less food donations, we need to purchase more food. So that's really what it comes down to: is how do we get the money to purchase more food then?
Well, Ann Hayes, thank you so much for the work that you and your team do, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.